Go to a podcast studio. Bring you, your engineer buddy. Bring another rapper who fell off too. And I'm not saying this is only for fell off rappers, because I think Jim Jones, if you ask Jim Jones, he would think he's in his prime.
DJ Akademiks has never been quiet, and silence has never been part of his formula. His entire rise is built on speaking loudly about hip-hop culture, conflicts, and personalities, often without filtering himself to fit industry expectations. But that same approach has consistently put him at odds with artists who believe commentary should come with lived experience. When Akademiks and Mano got into it, the moment felt bigger than just two men disagreeing. It exposed a growing tension between media voices and artists who believe certain lines should not be crossed lightly. Akademiks did not come from radio stations, record labels, or street affiliations. He came from the internet, where speed, reaction, and personality matter more than credentials. His rise disrupted the old media hierarchy, and many artists resented how quickly he gained influence. Akademiks spoke directly to fans, bypassing industry gatekeepers. That freedom made him powerful, but it also made him controversial. To some, he represents progress. To others, he represents a lack of accountability. That divide has followed him everywhere and set the stage for conflict. Unlike traditional media figures, Akademiks didn't have to answer to executives or advertisers. His audience validated him in real time, giving him leverage without institutional approval. That independence removed barriers, but it also removed filters. And in hip-hop, unfiltered voices often attract the most heat.
Well, if you knew this about him, well, why did you do shots with him at the concert? I said, you know what? That's a good question, but the truth of the matter is, I did not know. I don't pay you no mind. I'm not patched into you like that. As soon as you start running your mouth, all the information started to come in. What you think you posting, boy? What you think you saying, boy?
Mano represents an older generation of hip-hop thinking. His worldview was shaped by real consequences, not online debates. Respect to him is not theoretical. It is something earned and enforced in real life. When Mano hears commentary about street situations, he doesn't hear content. He hears someone playing with realities that cost people their freedom and their lives. His frustration isn't about popularity or attention, it's about responsibility. From his perspective, words can escalate situations, not just entertain audiences watching from a distance.
Where he's like, I don't give a damn if I violate my probation. So he's making probation violation music, and I like that shit. I like that type of shit. So he dropped some shit that's definitely violating his probation, but he don't give a fuck. He gotta let y'all niggas know he like that.
The tension escalated when Akademiks made remarks that Mano felt were careless. Akademiks often uses humor, exaggeration, and sarcasm to keep audiences engaged. That tone works online, but doesn't translate well to people who value restraint. Mano responded seriously, making it clear he felt Akademiks was overstepping. This wasn't a joke exchange or friendly banter, it was a reminder. Once seriousness entered the conversation, the energy changed, and the situation moved beyond casual commentary into something more personal. This situation reignited a long-standing argument in hip-hop. Should people without street backgrounds speak on street issues? Akademiks believes information is public and open for discussion. He sees himself as a reporter and commentator. Mano believes lived experience matters more than access to a platform. To him, commentary without context can be dangerous. This debate has existed for decades, but social media amplified it. The disagreement is not just personal, it reflects two philosophies clashing in a rapidly changing culture. Akademiks has been challenged many times, and he has rarely retreated. From his perspective, backing down would mean accepting that his voice is illegitimate. He rejects that idea entirely. He believes his influence was earned through consistency and audience connection. Akademiks does not deny his lack of street experience. He simply refuses to accept that it disqualifies him. His stance is clear. Hip-hop conversations should not be limited by background. Impact, not origin, determines relevance in modern media.
Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a dyke. I feel like you built like no, listen, 100%. Listen, I feel, let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built, no, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish.
Mano's reaction was not about clout or trending moments. His frustration reflects years of watching street culture become entertainment. He has seen how narratives can be twisted and simplified for clicks. To him, Akademiks represents a system that profits from stories without carrying their weight. Mano believes that when media figures speak on these topics, they should do so with caution. His concern is less about silencing voices and more about respecting the gravity behind the stories being told. By commenting on street-related topics, Akademiks accepts risk whether he admits it or not. Not everyone responds with tweets or podcasts. While Mano did not threaten him, the message was clear. Commentary has consequences beyond the internet. Akademiks understands this, but believes free speech includes uncomfortable reactions. His confidence is rooted in his platform, but confidence does not erase danger. Each conflict raises questions about how long boundaries can be pushed before situations escalate beyond control. The clash between Akademiks and Mano represents a larger cultural shift. Hip-hop used to be controlled by artists, labels, and traditional media. Now, digital personalities shape narratives just as much. That shift unsettles veterans who built their reputations differently. Akademiks represent speed, visibility, and digital influence. Mano represents experience, restraint, and earned respect. Neither side is entirely wrong. They simply prioritize different values. When those values collide, conflict is unavoidable in today's hip-hop landscape. Once the exchange hit social media, nuance disappeared. Clips were shortened, quotes removed from context, and reactions multiplied. Fans chose sides without understanding the full picture. What could have remained a controlled conversation became viral content. Algorithms rewarded outrage, not understanding. Each reaction fed the next, making it harder for either side to step back without appearing weak. Social media didn't create the disagreement, but it amplified it until resolution became nearly impossible. Hip-hop has not fully addressed how to balance street authenticity with media evolution. Artists want control over narratives, but audiences crave constant commentary. Street codes clash with digital culture. Respect clashes with reach. Until these contradictions are confronted honestly, conflicts like this will continue. Different personalities will step into the same roles, repeat the same arguments, and leave the same questions unanswered. The culture is still adjusting to who holds power and how that power should be used responsibly. Akademiks believes his success proves his relevance. Mano believes experience demands caution. Both positions make sense within their frameworks. Akademiks sees restriction as outdated gatekeeping. Mano sees unchecked commentary as reckless. The problem is not that one is right and the other wrong. The problem is that hip-hop has not created rules for coexistence between these perspectives. Without that balance, misunderstandings turn into confrontations instead of conversations. This situation signaled that the gap between media personalities and street-affiliated artists is widening. As platforms grow louder, expectations clash harder. Akademiks is not slowing down. Mano is not abandoning his principles. The tension reflects a culture in transition. Old rules no longer fully apply, but new rules haven't been agreed upon. That uncertainty creates friction every time influence and experience meet without mutual understanding. The clash between DJ Akademiks and Mano was not an isolated moment. It was a symptom of hip-hop's ongoing evolution. Commentary is powerful. Experience is valuable. Neither is going away. Until the culture reconciles those truths, these conflicts will keep resurfacing. This wasn't the end of a debate. It was another chapter in a conversation hip-hop has been avoiding for years.